Wait for it. I love the grind, you can say I got a thing for it. To take a trip, you gotta put up and save for it. OT state to state like a nigga torn. If we gotta regulate, just warn a G. Make sure I get my paper back accordingly. The trap jumping all night, I can't afford to sleep. You niggas on the sideline like floor seat. Come on, let's get it. Selling place to get chicken. She can tell I really get it from the price of my denim. I gotta move swift, free my dogs out the kennel. In love with the dough, I count money so gentle. My fiend love perks, eat them bitches like Skittles. As long as they sell, I'ma always get them. Long live the great dang, I'ma always miss them. We was out to getting paid before I touched the instrumental. Fuck a broke bitch, I don't go nowhere near them. Jumped in the game, it was really accidental. But once I got the hang, no more man in the middle. I'm making every single play, big or little. I ain't have to tell a bitch, cause she already know I'm out here getting slips. I can't rely on a blow, but I'ma drop hits till I'm known around the globe. SGMG is a team full of pros. You gon' get it or just wait for it. I love the grind, you can say I got a thing for it. To take a trip, you gotta put up and save for it. OT state to state like a nigga torn. If we gotta regulate, just warn a G. Make sure I get my paper back accordingly. The trap jumping all night, I can't afford to sleep. You niggas on the sideline like floor seat. I'm in the game, you on the bleachers. The goal was to be more successful than my teachers. When I pick my brother up from school, they be speechless. Cause every time you see me back in class, I was sleeping. Now it's last minute trip to Vegas for the weekend. Jumped in the water, now I'm floating in the deep end. Baby chose up and you ain't even peep it. You all in her face, you don't even know where she been, huh? I had her sipping on Clico on my living room floor. Live the life of a boss, that's the only way we know. You better get involved if you tryna get dough. It won't wait for you, my nigga, you know. I'm on my grind, I can't waste time. I gotta get this money, man. I'm on my grind, I can't waste time. I gotta get this money, man. Like a nigga torn. If we gotta regulate, just gotta regulate. Make sure I get my paper back accordingly. Get my paper trap quartering all night. I can't afford to sleep. You niggas on the sideline like for a sideline like for a.
And that was the cool part because I actually had to learn that.
Okay.
And I was like, man, I can't believe that I'm doing this shit. I was like waiting the whole time because I started my podcast as an audio podcast 3 years ago. And it's on the stream sites and shit. And then I was just trying to figure out how to do this and eliminate all the ambient noise. Mm-hmm. And I had this idea. Get the microphone.
Right.
Now, it isolates the sound. You plug that in, it only gets this sound. So, it's my first time.
Now, the technology is crazy.
Like, if you got an iPhone, you can do anything in the world.
Quit the whole time.
So, but this is cool though.
Trapped in the trap.
Yeah. So it's almost that time. So normally I watch one of my episodes and shit, but it's NFL, so I'm gonna put the game on. So yeah, we're gonna do the Fro Hawk is what they call it.
Fro Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to learn the terminology. Cause I be walking in like, yo, let me get this, that. They be like, okay. You don't know what it is? I'm like, nah, I'm new to these short haircuts.
Yeah.
I usually had long hair.
Welcome back to another episode of Game Time. This your main man, T8DAGR81. Today I'm here with a young aspiring actor that's finna do big things and see, we're gonna be looking at this for the next 100 years and this man is on top of the world right now. And I'm up there with him. And I'm gonna let him introduce himself to the world. Go ahead, talk to the people, man.
My name is King Gaza. 26 years old from New York. You heard?
Okay.
Catch me on Instagram, King_Gaza_energy, KING_GAZA_energy, ENERGYY. And yeah,
That's what's up. This guy pulled up on me. I thought I was gonna have an appointment, but I realized the clocks went back yesterday, so we in the game like a referee.
I'm glad I came at the time I came.
So, how long you been in these streets? How long you been here?
To be honest, I just got here last night.
Oh wow, man. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna tell you, man. 25 years ago, you be taking that trip to LA. That's where everybody go to say, I'm about to go.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But this is like Black Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta. It's a whole different breed. You can get it off out here. And with Tyler Perry here, you pull up on Tyler Perry, you mess around and be on all the damn shows.
No cap.
Tyler Perry is a machine, bro. You know who Tyler Perry is?
I do.
Tyler Perry is a machine, bro. I don't even know how this, I respected the dude was at Napa Auto Parts, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
And he started making the plays, and I used to go to his plays in the 90s, you know, when he used to travel around the country. We got to play. That's when people used to get dressed up and go to the theater and watch a stage play. That was some of the cool stuff we used to do back in the 90s and shit. And Tyler Perry really had the game popping. Really wasn't a lot of plays out there. It was a few, but when Tyler Perry hit the scene, this dude kept us out here in the streets, so he just flipped them into movies. So if you into writing movies, you can get you a squad of people and do a play. Work the play everywhere, then get another play.
No, for real.
And then eventually you'll start making money off your tours to where you can go on ahead and film some of this stuff. Because it ain't really hard to film if you look at how they making movies on these phones now. You know what I'm saying? There's cats out here that have turned the skit game into theater money, cinema money.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like my man Country Wayne, cinema money.
I'm not familiar with Country Wayne.
Cool. Country Wayne is a young cat from a little small town in Georgia somewhere. His story is that he quit the dope gang.
Oh.
And he had a club. Then he had a club, and it turned into, you know, it ain't working like it's supposed to. So he sit on his phone one day and did something goofy. And it's like, it went viral. So he did something else goofy. You know, then it started being, you know, the dudes be like videos. Like when the dude tastes some nasty food and they do something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a bunch of videos like that you could do. And then once people get accustomed to seeing you do those videos, they'll see you as an actor. They'll see your range. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Country Wayne did. But it was more of his directorial range that made him the mogul that he is, because his videos are always crisp and clear, and
Right.
you know, and he always got, you know, the right people, and it's just solid. He got a whole drama going on, like a 3-minute, like how the stories used to be back in the days. They have soap operas where the whole family sit down and watch a guiding light, and it'd be these 3-minute scenes where they have a dramatic moment. And then they go to a commercial, and then they come back. It's another scene of the drama going down for 3 minutes. And it's almost like doing a skit.
Right.
And he just started producing it. He got his sons on it now. And it's just been successful. I think he gets thousands of views, millions of views. Because you have to look at it. That's how the game is now. Everything you do, they checking your social media presence.
No, they
That's
definitely
really your
is.
resume. That's really your resume. You done went to Juilliard and got real schooling, and they talk about how many followers you got, bro. Like, dude, I just got out of school, man. I went to
Right.
Juilliard, cuz. That should mean something here.
They want you to be able to influence the people them, you know?
Right, because if you got 20 million followers, well, that's 20 million people that's going to come see the movie.
Right.
You know, so that's why it's always important nowadays to somehow create a following, because the following is what your resume is. People dating now. Back when I was a kid, you used to want to meet a girl, you pull up on her, get her phone number, go home, call her and talk to her on the phone for every night.
All night.
All night. You know what I'm saying? And then you know who this woman is. You hear her mom in the background, and You know who she is, and you can just dream about what you remember she looked like when you got her number that day.
No cap.
Now, it ain't none of that. You had to be clever to get a girl number. Hey, let me, I can't get my phone number. My mama don't want nobody calling her house. Now everybody got a cell phone. You can have a private conversation with Barack Obama with nobody know.
No cap.
Your mom, you can't talk on the phone after 9 o'clock. She's snatching the phone out the wall and shit.
You want punishment.
You want punishment. You can't even talk on the phone. You in the closet trying to find a quiet place to match to this girl. That's how it was when I was growing up. And a picture? A picture? You think you gonna get a picture in 1987? First of all, ain't nobody got no fucking camera. Ain't nobody finna go pay no money to develop no film and then get their pictures back, and you think you finna give them to some boy?
Right, you had the little cameras that you had to roll on the side, right?
Yeah.
Facts, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody finna go buy no film. Film costs $7. Like, what? Now, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got camera. I remember cell phones didn't have cameras. But now you got an Instagram page. You just say, what's your Instagram? And you can go on Instagram. Well, if she got 5 pictures in her drawer, she a freak. Enough said.
No cap.
You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, this girl a star. She got 8,000 followers. You know, it's like you can just read a girl and you know what I'm saying?
And it's crazy because you could have some real talent, but if you don't have a bunch of followers or that blue check, it might take you a little longer.
Yeah, yeah. I thought you was down here filming for the Wu-Tang shit.
But you know what's crazy? This morning I literally signed up for Central Casting.
Word.
And that's the outlet for people to get into the acting scene.
So what does it cost to sign up to be a journeyman actor? Because that's what you would call that, right?
Background actor.
Or background actor, journeyman actor, pretty much taking roles and doing your thing.
Correct.
So how would you advise somebody that wants to get into the movie game like you are?
To be honest, it's pretty easy, bro. Like, I kind of just started about a month and a half ago.
Right.
And I already got about like 6, 7 bookings. I already did them. That's how I got out here, to make some money to get out here.
You know when you get your Oscar, I'm going to put this video on the internet, right?
Let's do it, man.
I'm putting it out there like, man, I remember that conversation.
But
I really wanted to get in too, because I think it ain't enough uncles out there in the movie game.
Not.
They use it all comedians. So I figured, let me become a comic, and I am a comic out here. You can see me, matter of fact, you can see me every Sunday afternoon at Uptown Comedy Corner in Atlanta, Georgia, on Virginia Avenue, up the street from Bobby Brown Boulevard. Okay. Right over there, we do an improv show, Controlled Trauma. We get up on stage and we act out crazy scenes and ideas and crowd participation, like a young and living color.
right.
You know, and improvisation is something I got into because I knew that was important for the comedy game. You kind of got to get loose on stage. So you get some big muscular dude acting like a 4-year-old crying in the toy store. Kind of helps you with stage fright.
For real, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So improvisation is good. You should come fuck with us sometime, man. Every Sunday.
I really wouldn't mind. I need to open my horizons for things out here because, everything out here is new for me.
The comedy circuit around here is major. T.I. does comedy now.
Really?
And he has a club called the Trap City Cafe where he just opened up a club in downtown Atlanta and everybody come through there. Mm-hmm. Everybody come through. You see everybody coming in there. It was like, because sometimes these comedy clubs, first of all, a comedy club is a great investment if you're trying to do something. Because I think the liquor license is only like 5 racks.
Okay.
Get you a kitchen, get you a bar, and you build you a stage.
Yes.
You have ladies' night, but then you get a comic to start bringing comedians in there, and they gonna fill it up. Comedy clubs are like basketball courts in the hood for players. Mm-hmm. We got to go and work on our sketches and ideas and be able to see what we think about this joke, and having a place to do that would always get business. It's not something you think about first, but at the same time, being in a game, T.I. went straight to buying one. Got a crazy menu, nice location, so just something to think about. But again, even getting in the comedy world is good for acting too. Expands your range.
But you know it's crazy? When I was back in New York, I booked my mom a comedy segment. And she literally went up on the stage and you know, we had everybody cracking up.
Oh.
She always tell me like she wanted to do stand up. And then my mom, she's hilarious. Like
It's just a shit talking contest.
It is.
That's it. If you got bars, like especially mama, I think everybody mama should be a comedy.
But no, not everyone. Because you know, your mom gonna be clowning you the whole skit, and you don't want that.
Regardless, mothers talking, every black mother's like Dolomite. They all got a whole line of shit they say.
Okay.
Hell to the no.
Oh yeah.
I brought you in this world, I
take you out.
I ain't your motherfucking friend. All this shit mothers say is comedy if they decide they want to get on stage. But you just don't want them to say, I had to beat this motherfucker's ass because the other time I caught his ass jacking off in my toe.
Come on, man. She telling all your secrets. You heard all your little in-house stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And see, I wouldn't talk about family members for comedy. I can write. And I write about some of the stuff I see. I mean, I do a lot, so I got a lot to write about. But most importantly, I've lived a lot.
Yes.
I'm 46 years old, man. I was in the military. And I'm a barber, so I meet people all day. So I was like, I couldn't wait to retire from the military and become a barber. I've been feeling that way my whole life now.
How long you been in the military?
I did 20 years.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did that shit. And then, getting out, I knew I wanted to be a barber. I just wanted to get the most out of my military career. And this is what I've been wanting to do since I was 8.
Right.
Sit around and cut. But just being in tune with what's going on, and once you get out the military and you get some schooling, you realize a generation of black male influencers were locked up in the drug era.
Okay.
And a lot of fathers were kicked out of the homes and, you know, because of the Welfare Reform Act. So that mentorship aspect was missing. Only people in the hood really looking out is coaches. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I noticed when I got out. So I just been like that. I've been like a surrogate uncle to everybody I fuck with, you know.
That's a fact.
And to myself, I do a lot of, I realized that after a long career in the military, you get out. You really just the young dude you was when you went in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You really just the young dude you was when you went in. You don't know no more than you did. You know a lot about the military, but you really don't know nothing about the streets.
No.
You pretty much get out, right? But it's almost like getting out of prison. Like, damn, I'm back on the streets. Let me see if Ray's barbecue shack's still over here. Man, that shit been closed for years. The whole hood done changed. Folk done moved and died and buildings done been tore down. So you get out and that's when you have to figure out, well, I got some stuff to learn. So that's when you decide, all right, let me go to school. That's what they give you when you get out. They give you free education. So you can go to college and learn some stuff and try to be valuable, but you have to. Mm-hmm. If not, you only got the education you had before you went in. Everything in the military is pretty much a C-level reading requirement. If you can understand following instructions and know what to do, you can be successful.
Right.
So you get out, now you got to get out and understand how shady niggas done became.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How the
These
outside
fight,
world
now
is.
they shoot people.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, damn, I'm getting out, you know, and when I first got out, I was green. I can remember it. It's been a while now, but when I first got out, I was green and didn't know a lot of shit. Got played, got robbed.
What you mean you was green?
Well, when you in the military, everybody get the same money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody with your pay grade make the same money. And you know what the person who has a higher pay grade than you makes. Mm-hmm. You know how much everybody got. And everybody can go get whatever car they want. And everybody can live anywhere they want to live because they all got guaranteed checks. And that's kind of like what you all get. So you don't look left or right. You ain't counting another man's pocket. You don't even realize, because you realize, oh, you bought that shit. Well, I could have bought that shit. Instead, I bought this shit.
Correct.
We all got the same bread, though.
That's a fact.
So once you realize that, it's like, okay. But when you get out, it's like being in the military, you don't realize you're a mark to a chick in the hood. To a chick in the hood, that's a guaranteed check. That's a good child support check.
Correct.
If I could get this nigga to marry me, that's at least half that. That's base housing if I can get this dude to love me enough to marry me. So women see you just like, I'm just here.
Correct.
So you don't even know you finna get served up. So now, damn, they liking me right here. What is this? It's almost like it's crazy. So it's like you don't even know
Every
you're a
day,
mark.
we lose 22 veterans to suicide. And it's tough out here trying to readjust to being in the world after serving time in the military and coming back to the world, expecting to be able to fit right in. So the veterans, in support of that, we do 22 push-ups, 22 days straight, to commemorate the people that we lose to suicide. So I personally want to say thank you for all the support that you render to the troops and the movement. And I just ask that you continue to be that support factor.
If it ain't raining, we ain't training.
Brothers coming home and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So much appreciation, hella respect.
And I didn't realize every time I came in there, somebody was coming in here selling something. Hey man, I got these DVDs. Hey man, I got this perfume. Hey man, I got these watches. Hey man, I got these sunglasses. Hey man, I got IP Man on DVD.
Right.
Hey man, I got this. It's like, oh wait, do y'all keep sending these niggas back? But I'm also realizing in the barbershop, they also looking at your car. Okay, yeah, I got a car. It ain't brand new. Most people in the military buy a brand new car every 3-4 years. Mm-hmm. So they buy it, pay it off, and they so used to paying that note that they never accept that money back into their life. They just buy another car. If I'm paying $800 for a car note for 4 years, and I get my car get paid off, I'm just gonna put it on another car, and you don't even really miss it. Mm-hmm. So I get out with my old car, 5 years old. I don't realize people see that as a brand new car typically. That's a brand new car in the hood to some people.
Right.
In the military, it's an old car because old boy just bought the new Chevy through here or whatever. They always buying new cars like that. And they got every auto dealership says that everybody's guaranteed approval at a car lot if you got a military ID. So you've been hearing that your whole life too. E1, E2, E3 automatically qualified. So everybody got a car. You ride around these towns, you see these young military dudes with their Chargers. Back then it was 300s with Lamborghini doors on them and 20-folds and spinners and loud sounds and Gucci seats. Mm-hmm. It's like okay, we get it. But these also some young niggas that 2 years ago was on the bus. They had no shoes. You go from making that little bullshit money that you make on your little raggedy job to getting $3,000 a month, guaranteed. So you on a shopping spree for the first 3 years.
For real.
It's crazy. You got all the fly shoes. You got all the shit. Like, another project, dude. I was one. I had all the shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Gadgets and all that BS, but you know. So you don't even realize it. So I was in the shop and I was like, damn. I think that I lost 3 iPads, 2 iPods, stolen. You know what I'm saying? Just being around people like that. So you have to realize that shit, and it's like, and I know that was a whole drift. I forgot what my point was at, but I do know.
Nah, it all makes sense though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So you have to kind of look at that, man. You're a mark and getting in situations and stuff.
That's a question I ask people sometimes, like what was the transition like from, being a regular average Joe and to start making some good money and to changing your lifestyle? What's the transition like? And a lot of people never can answer it.
From the military?
Like in any field.
You know what, coming out the military is coming back to the world. You definitely a mark. You're around people that got what you got, so you don't see people looking at you like that. Like, yeah, that nigga got it. Oh, I got robbed. I got talking too much about where I was living. I'm in a shop full of niggas. You don't know who under these capes. I live right over there. And I come outside it and rob my car. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a lot of stuff. Again, I don't think you gonna do that because I don't think niggas do that.
Correct.
Because I've been in the military where niggas ain't fucking with your car. They got their own car.
Everybody got their own stuff.
And I'm like, I can get out. So that was something I had to learn. But other than that, you also realize that a lot of people are malnourished educationally. Mm-hmm. Like, damn, this is what the school system's putting out, because you've been out of school for 20 years. So you ain't really meeting no teenagers. You know what I'm saying? But now you meet them like, damn, you see a lot of stuff that has happened around you that didn't happen. It didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? That you know, we all went through shit. I'm looking, okay, well, crack era, I left the crack. I didn't realize I lived in a crack era until I got to the military. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you one of them. One of what?
Right.
Where you from? I'm from Detroit. You from Detroit? This is like 95. Like, you from Detroit? Oh, you one of them. Because everybody in Detroit 95 was a dope game. I didn't even realize, because I'm in the middle of it.
Right.
I'm living in like a dope terror dome. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm watching it all happen. I've been watching the crack game happen the whole time.
And you're so used to it.
I'm like, yeah, I don't even
So
realize.
it's like it's nothing.
I didn't even realize that people getting their ass whooped in the middle of the street. I didn't even realize how much I slept around chaos until I got to boot camp and realized I couldn't hear no gunshots, no sirens, no people fighting, no dogs barking.
And sometimes I feel like once you was born and raised around that, you really think that that's how the rest of the world is.
Man.
So like you rather just stay in your little circumference, stay where you at, but it's nothing like that when you step out.
Right, and then you also got to realize there's people from Iowa. Like, what the fuck is Iowa?
Right.
Where the fuck that at? You know what I'm saying? You coming from the D, like, what the fuck? Look, that's me when I was 13 right there on that picture in the red, man.
And where you was at?
Detroit, in the
Okay.
alley. Walking down the street, man. And let's take this picture right here.
Facts.
Just a young little alley cat, man.
Not even paying attention to nothing.
We just out here, man. We had just did that picture right there.
Hooping with the crates, yeah.
We had just did that, and we went to go down to the bigger one to take some more. And we wanted to take a picture in front of that damn little ride right there. But again, man, you know, we used to interject. We used to build basketball courts out of pallet jacks, 4x4s, 2 4x4s, and then 2 more to sit like this. Put some wheels from a fucking stroller on the end so you can tip it forward and roll it down the street.
Yeah.
And then have a big old piece of wood on the top of it, holding the woods together like this, and put a goal in the middle of it. And we used to have them put a couple tires on the back of that jump. And that's how we used to hoop. That was before they had them plastic joints.
Correct.
Kids have no mobility. They can't change a flat tire. You know what I'm saying? That aspect is gone. That all went out
I ain't
the
gonna
house
lie,
with the
I don't
fathers.
know how to change a tire,
Yeah.
bro.
That all went out the house when the fathers went out the house. What you about, 25?
For 26.
Yeah. That went out the house with the daddy. And the plumber came over there and started taxing people to do it. I'd do it. Like changing a flusher on the back of a toilet. You'd be surprised. Be a lot of stuff, man. And like when we was growing up, you had to be able to play every sport.
Correct.
You can't catch a baseball, you can't catch a football, you can't climb a tree. That was hood stuff. We was a little ghetto. Again, that might just be me.
Correct.
I might have been the little ghetto alley cat that had to learn all that fun shit, but shit, they don't do that now. They don't even have alleys anymore. They don't even have alleys. That's the little area between houses.
Yeah.
They got all the trash cans in the front. They don't like have alleys anymore. Hell yeah, that shit crazy. But it was just different, man. Just growing up then. But I remember riding down the street, watching the dude, they was chasing a dude that had broke into Rosa Parks' house. Rosa Parks was an old lady. Somebody broke in her crib and beat her up.
What?
And then he didn't realize it was her house. So he running for his life because the hood chasing his ass. And he run out, what did he do? And they was like, he broke into Rosa Parks' house. I was like, man, that lady ain't did nothing to nobody.
Nah.
He couldn't have known that was her house. I remember thinking that when it happened. Like, how do you do that? You know who that is?
Yeah.
But that's what cracker do. That was 86. That was what cracker do. You ever saw White Boy Rick, the movie?
Nah.
That movie took place in 1984. You know, and I was in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? You watch BMF?
Yeah. I know a little bit of it. I don't watch too much because I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but I get it. I'm just saying, they made a documentary about my childhood.
Okay.
That's crazy, right? Like Snowfall.
I watched that for a while. I caught up to that a little bit.
And watching Snowfall was the first season was probably the best
because the first season showed kids jump roping in the street, ice cream trucks, kids playing football in the street, basketball in the street, hopscotching, families sitting on the porch. They showed that in the beginning of Snowfall.
I'm glad you're saying this. Go ahead, though.
But that's how it was in 1981. That's how it was. Everybody was outside playing. You know, crack hadn't hit. Crack didn't really hit till Reagan got in office around, what, 83, 82, 83? So I remember that. I was fucking 83, I was 7. I remember being outside in 83. I have an amazing memory.
Right.
I remember where we lived at and everything. It was cool over there. And then, like, when we moved over to 12th Street, it was like we was the kids with the balls, like football, basketball, baseball, bikes, toys. Leave them shits in the yard and come outside in the morning like, where the shit at? You know what I'm saying? That's when you move over to the hood. They're like, no, we still in over here. Okay? You can't leave this shit outside. This belongs to the neighborhood.
Not at all.
You know, we was just I remember being green kids moving over there in the 2nd grade. It was like an indoctrination. And it was definitely the turn of the crack era. Right around that time. And it's like when you watch the beginning of Snowfall, you ever saw Devil in a Blue Dress? Denzel Washington and my main man Don Cheadle.
It sounds so familiar, bro.
It took place in California, but it was like back in the 40s. And Denzel Washington was like a private investigator that was trying to find out some information about this girl. And she was a white girl that wore blue dresses, but she was trying to have her people. It was a whole mystery.
Right.
But it was a great movie. But it took place when, in one scene of that movie, Denzel Washington sat on the porch and fell asleep. Like, damn, you could never fall asleep on that corner right now.
Right.
Because that was a part of South Central. Like, right after, you ever saw that show, Them?
No.
Them took place right after World War I, when the black engineers and the black pilots came back home, and everybody ran in California.
Okay.
From the South to California. That was after World War I, and the black folks moved into Compton. And it was like, there was a story about the first black family to move into Compton. And they show the white people in the neighborhood back when, you know, like you probably didn't even know Leave It to Beaver, but they get the white ladies with the long dresses on and the blouses that sit around the house all day.
Okay.
So they had brought the whole hood to their curb, like, that's a real black family. What the fuck y'all doing over here? This is like when the first black, because Compton is all black now.
Okay.
Or Mexican, you know what I'm saying? But back then, it was, the first black family to move there was in this show. And it was like they was really harassing them people. Like, why don't you leave our fucking neighborhood? But then it was also breaking down how they was finna screw black people. We're gonna let black people buy houses, but we're gonna tax them on the interest rate so bad they'll never own it.
Wow.
So they really broke that down in that show, which is why that show was valuable. But it just showed the families moving in, being treated crazily. But you know, that was what was happening in the 40s, and it was around that time. So it was after that, because by then the whole neighborhood was black, and you know, Denzel Washington was running the streets. So it was probably about the late 40s, early 50s. Because I think they integrated. I think they integrated Compton back in the 30s.
And that's called Them.
That show was Them.
Okay.
And that's on Amazon. That's like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them Hulu shows or whatever.
Correct.
And you gotta, and I tell people, you gotta watch these movies because they're good reference points. They do a lot. They got a movie with a story going on, but it's a lot of shit happening in these movies.
Correct.
You ever saw the movie about Madam C.J. Walker?
What's the name of it?
I don't know, Madam C.J. Walker story or something like that.
I'm not, no.
Madam C.J. Walker was the first black millionaire. She sold hair growth stuff.
Yeah.
And that movie tells how she started.
But I know who she is, but I didn't see the movie.
And in the movie, it shows her husband, C.J. Walker, being cool, but just being, you know, he was the dude that was trying to stick around to this shit take off type shit. But then he started, you know, and then he had his role, and they ended up breaking up because he didn't like her growing to be more rich than him too. Back then, you know. That's a good story because it tells you.
Hell of a sermon there, Pastor. That was a hell of a sermon. What was that scripture again that you had used? What was that scripture?
Scripture goes down, and when they tell him,
Right.
Tupac comes in.
Right.
Tupac. The book of Pop, verse number 14, it starts off, back to get wrecked.
Oh.
All respect to
Those
that break their
neck to keep their hoes in shape.
And I don't know why
The girl keeps paging me.
needs me.
Don't give it all to me in one sermon.
Cries when
She leaves me,
come on, man. And every time she sees me, she
squeeze me. Lady, take it easy.
I hate the sound sleazy. Get it on the floor, man. I don't want to
Squeeze it easy.
Come on.
Amen.
About where our people were during them times.
Right.
So, but these movies be having some significant stories in them, like the Harriet Tubman story. I knew about Harriet Tubman because I'd done stories on her and reports on her.
Correct.
Like she done what she did, and she had narcolepsy.
And what's that?
Narcolepsy is when you just
Oh, okay.
fall asleep, like in the middle of everything. Just fall asleep. So she running slaves from Baltimore to Philly, and then hitting narcoleptic spells.
Right.
Now you want to bring this down some, or you want me to shape it more?
You could probably bring down a little bit, right? It's kind of high, right?
I don't know what your look is, but I could take it down some.
Yeah, you could take it down a little bit, and then the facial, you could clean shave. I gotta get rid of my facial hair.
Yeah, you got to give him that young look.
Yeah.
I know the dude that played the Jizza on the Wu-Tang show.
Mm-hmm.
He hooped with us. But, you know, you got to have more than one bag to pull from.
No cap.
But I like the fact that you out here being an actor, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to model and dance as well.
Like in videos and shit?
Yeah, I'm a choreographer.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
Yeah, I teach Afrobeat, dancehall, contemporary, hip hop, and a little ballet.
Oh, that's dope.
I'm seeing a few of your posters too. I see Africa. I literally went to Africa to learn and to teach too.
That's dope, man.
Fact.
I tell my son he can't pick a wife till he go to Africa.
For real.
Yeah, man. Can't do it.
Don't rush.
Nothing against the women here, but you need to know that these women here, I ain't gonna say they, nothing wrong with them. I'll just say that there's more in the world than just women here. I was like, you got to know what's in the world before you choose.
Correct.
And honestly, I honestly feel like a lot of women are fucked up here. Their concept of togetherness is fucked up. Like you can make a dude think you love him and then really just be fucking him over. And I ain't saying that women in Africa don't do that. All I'm saying is, and then you got a lot of people going through plastic surgery.
I too.
And it's like, you killing yourself, lady. That's forever, woman. And it's like, you think pressure on your ass because you ain't got the right body. Imagine when you buy the body, you can't even get fat no more. Now you really got to work on the pressures to keep that body looking like it is when you bought it.
Right.
You can't slip up.
That's a lifetime commitment.
Right, that's a lifetime commitment. I got to do sit-ups. I got to wear this wrap every day. I can't chill. I got a partner that had a gastric bypass when they tie your stomach in half. Well, they tie your stomach to the size of a damn Ritz bits.
That sounds crazy.
And you get a French fries, like, oh shit, I'm full. I done ate too much.
But I'm watching this boy shrink. And again, that's cool. You kind of gotta stick with it though. And then, I'd have been in the gym. I talk a little bit of shit. I done been in the gym every day for a year for the most part. Working on myself, making sure I'm good. 46 years old, man, I still average 30 points a game and shit. I be playing basketball in leagues, so my average is still good. So that's just how my measurement of physicality is.
And that's good for your age too, bro.
Yeah.
No cap.
I ain't out there shooting like Tracy McGrady no more, but just active enough to get rebounds and putbacks. And
You can
flash
still
to the
hold
hole.
it down and move around,
Yeah.
Be sturdy with the other team members.
I ain't out there shooting 3-point. I'm just going to the basket, and that type of stuff. Me, the true test of agility is playing defense. If you can stay in front of somebody that you don't even know what this dude about to do, that's how you know if you're in shape. Anybody can come down the court and shoot 3-pointers. Can you lock somebody down, keep them from scoring? And that's kind of like a measurement for me. My knees can still do it without braces. I can still dunk.
Facts.
And I think, that's my true measurement of my health. So
Would you try to use a few braces though? Because I heard they help out.
knee braces, yeah, I got them and I use them.
Okay,
and I
good.
used them when I was heavier. And now that every now and like, if I go play in a game, I'll put them on. But I go to the gyms and work out and play ball, I don't wear them because I'm not as forceful on my knees, but I'm definitely testing them.
Okay.
And I do leg day every day. I do leg lifts. I don't do the leg presses. I just do the leg extensions on the bar with the weights on the thighs, and then I do the toe lifts.
Correct.
Just stuff to strengthen the muscles around my knees so it don't all be on the knee type shit.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And they got jump exercises for your ass. I've been watching them, and they will get you right.
And what gym you go to?
I go to a few. I go to LA Fitness over on 138. And it's a good run. Them niggas think they professionals at 8 o'clock in the morning. I be like, dude, they got a clock in there. They got a running clock in there. They damn near got referees coming up in that jump.
That's great.
And then,
I mean, they gotta stay in shape too, though.
and these are guys that, see, when you in there in the morning, you got guys that don't work regular jobs. Because the regular job workers ain't gonna be in the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Not at all, bro.
Most of them cats signing in at 9 o'clock. So that crowd is a lot of people that used to play overseas, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of retired people coming up in there, getting their shit off. And
Yo, now that you say that, I'm starting to really realize that almost everything in life kind of have like a tactic to it. Like, you have to pay attention. Because you see how you said, like, there's not a lot of people that's going to be there at that time to have a 9 to 5. There's a lot of people that's overseas. They play basketball. They're probably in different sports.
you're an actor, you got to keep your weight down. You'll be in there at 8 o'clock in the morning versus comedians, actors, people like that, truckers.
Wow.
Yeah, but then like in the evening, them jokers getting off work. Like the gym is crazy. And I used to hit the gym in the evening after the shop just to go in there and run till they close type shit. But I realized that that's where the clowns be at, because these ain't the same people in the morning. The morning vibe is different, yeah.
That's why I don't go to the gym, because there be a lot of clowns, bro.
Man, the girls in the weight room, they extra. You know, they trying to get off this 9 to 5 shift too. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to look fine for who they looking fine for. And in the morning, you have people that just in there on a different thing. And that's been my move. I come in the shop about 12 o'clock because I have to get in there at 8 o'clock in the morning and either swim or put in my 20 minutes in the sauna and my 30 minutes on the bike, you know, just to. Because it started off as a test because I lost a basketball game to somebody I should have beat back in October. And I said, I'm not coming back in here until I get my life right.
Right.
So October led to, so when you're working out, you want to get, you don't want to look for results more than you want to look for getting to that first 21 days. 21 days is habit forming. Your body begins to crave the routine.
Correct.
So you want to work on 21 days, and then your next goal is to get to 90 days. 90 days is the lifestyle change. How dare I miss a damn gym? You know, and by the time you get to 80, you're already there. You just, you know. So it went to 90, then it was like, oh shit, my birthday, I was 45. I was like, I gotta get dunked before I'm 46. That was my mission at first. I gotta dunk before I'm 46, and I had to dunk at 45. So I went in there and worked out, did leg day every day, stayed off the treadmill, but stayed on the bike. I would do at least 5 miles on the bike every day.
Every single day.
In 15 minutes. I was moving. I kept the bitch above 110, and you could do that. But that was what did the work. I would put on me a sauna vest and some wraps and a weight belt, and I would get on that bike and I would pump.
Go crazy.
For 15 hard minutes and get five minutes off. But I posted a couple of videos of me crossing 15 minutes and 5 miles. But I did that every day. Drunk a gallon of water every day. You know what I'm saying? Because I needed to drink the water, because water fasting is good for trimming. You know what I'm saying? Water fasting is good for losing weight, because it's flushing your body out, and that's a meal. If you can drink a gallon of water, you ain't gonna need to eat. You know, and you kind of gotta really fight your urge to have cheeseburgers, man. I mean, if you get addicted to whatever food is, you gotta fight that urge. Because no matter how much you work out, you can't out exercise a bad diet. Because you figure a cheeseburger is 500 calories, and your bike ride ain't knock off but 150. So you can ride a bike for 3 days. You still ain't gonna knock off that cheeseburger.
That's crazy.
So you gotta really put yourself on, a doggone decent ass diet.
Have some self-control.
Yeah, and I think that's just the true test of a man. If you can control the 3 hardest things it is for a man, because I heard Will Smith told somebody a long time ago, he had asked him for some money. And Will Smith said, come back with a 6-pack. And he wasn't talking about Michelob. He was talking about a 6-pack.
Correct.
You want to fuck with me? Come back with a 6-pack. We'll rap. Damn. Can you imagine somebody saying like a 6-pack? And then at the end of the day, can you be mad at the nigga?
Nope.
And at the end of the day, if that's standing between you and this man blessing you, you got to do it. Now, I heard that's a major nut check. Man, I just need 40,000 for this. All right, I feel you. That's easy. That's nothing. Do me a favor. What's that? Anything, bro. Anything. Come back with a 6-pack. I got you.
But if you think about it, he's helping yourself.
He saved your life, bro. You get a 6-pack. First of all, if you get a 6-pack, you a bad motherfucker. Especially if you got a gut. You know, it ain't hard. You just gotta stop eating bullshit and do your sit-ups and leg lifts and flutter kicks and go through that fire.
Correct.
Because the stomach is the central unit of your body. And everybody got a 6-pack. It's just they got guts on top of it. They got food around it.
You gotta burn that shit.
You gotta burn that shit. Jump rope. Jumping rope and everything. So you got a process to acquiring that goal. But shit, could you do it? See, you don't know. You a skinny dude, same skinny dude from high school. You don't even know what it's like to have a belly.
I tried my hardest to gain weight. It's just like all this dancing and all this moving around.
It's never gonna happen.
I can't get bigger, bro.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, I can, but it's gonna take. I have to eat more. They saying.
Go to a coma or something. And if you go working out, drinking protein, this is gonna make you look swole. You go to your shoulders and chest. Cause as long as you, goddamn, doing the hip hop abs, you ain't never gonna gain no weight.
Right.
Good for you. You know, maybe you get a gut when you turn 50. But then you're gonna be doing your old man role.
Yo,
Tyler Perry gonna need some granddaddies.
I love this manifestation,
yeah,
man.
Definitely. You gonna be on your old man shit. I gotta be an old nigga for this one.
Yep.
Who's done that? Cause Denzel, I ain't gonna say he got a lot of shit. Cause Denzel ain't the same Denzel from Ricochet.
Okay.
But The Rock
He's had about a 20-year movie career and still been right. You know, he maintains this. Kevin Hart, he maintains himself. I want to see Kevin Hart after Hollywood.
Right.
You know, when everybody go through that fallout. But I think they own Kevin Hart for life. Like, you better not ever change.
Like he always sanctioned.
Right, because you got too many movies. They're not going to get rid of your movies. You're going to be on TV forever. So you kind of got to be that dude.
And I had to check back in with him too. I haven't really been seeing a lot of his movies and everything.
Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Kevin Hart probably got 5 movies in the oven right now.
Perfect.
Because he do his podcast on the radio station. He took Jamie Foxx's radio station. Yeah.
That's what's up.
He got Jamie Foxx and Kevin Hart. See, Jamie Foxx started the podcast game. He didn't do it directly. He just used to have the Foxhole Radio with Channel 96 on satellite radio. And, man, people coming here, you know what I'm saying, with their requests and all the stuff they want done to their head, you know what I'm saying? I'm a vet, B. I do this. I done seen every type of nappy head that can come through here, and I put it down, you know what I'm saying? I take it as a personal challenge, you know what I'm saying? And while you sitting there, I'm dapping you up with game. So the better your hair look when you come in here, the more game you get to get through this visit, you know what I'm saying? And that's the benefit of doing what I do. I continue to educate myself. I continue to build on my brand mentally. Your mental is a very big part of your brand. So I continue to build on that and elaborate on that. And I try to bring that to you so I can give you more than just a cut. I'm giving you a moment in time that you're going to always remember. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about, B. You know what I mean? It would be all comedy and music all day. Because that's what Jamie Foxx was. Comedian, he sang, he acted, so was everything. And on the weekend, he'll have a show where he's actually sitting around a table with his crew and they're just going over the events of the day.
Right.
Talking about what happened in the news and shit like that. And it was hilarious because they was roasting motherfuckers. It was satellite radio, so there wasn't no violations. You could say what the fuck you wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? And
you know they all funny too.
And it's all funny, so it was a roast session. And then they'll have guests come on, but it was something new. And it was on the radio every Friday. And it was the highlight of the day and a lot of times, you know. Sometimes I get off work at 5:49 just to get in the car and get my beer.
Just so you
ready
can
for a
listen.
ride home. Yeah.
Right.
And it was dope. And then eventually, he was on it. Kevin Hart came on there. And they was bad on Kevin Hart, man. They was like, you ain't gonna, this is back Paper Soldiers Kevin Hart. Like, you ain't gonna be shit, you ugly motherfucker. You ain't gonna be shit as long as you ain't fucking with us. It was really hard on Kevin Hart.
Right.
You want all the facial hair gone?
Yeah.
And so Kevin Hart was, you know, they was roasting, he was roasting back. But you know, when it ain't roasting, when it's like, yeah, but your career ain't shit. They was saying fucked up shit like that about Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Which you never want to do. You never want to be the person to say somebody ain't gonna be shit. Because that will be the echoing voice that person hears all the way to the top. Jay-Z said, his uncle said his rap was trash. Look at Jay-Z now. Still trying to prove to his uncle his rap ain't trash. While he on top of everything.
Correct.
So I'll never be a person to downgrade somebody's expectations because I'll never underestimate what somebody will do. And I don't want to be your Clever Lane. I don't want you Clever Lane in me.
But no cap, if you do that to me, that's kind of like me pushing myself sometimes too, because I'm gonna go hard, or not just because you said that and to prove you wrong, but
you going hard anyway.
Correct.
You know, but you know, I've seen like Michael Jordan got cut from the basketball team when he was in high school and became this relentless asshole to the world in basketball and became the best basketball player in the game because somebody cut him from the team. Somebody else was better than me. Like, you think he's better than me? I'll show you. I'll make 1,000 shots every day. I'll practice. I'll be the. Every time I see this is on, I'm checking you. You think you know what I'm saying? It's like, nah.
To make you go harder.
And You know, that's what we got. And Kobe saw Michael Jordan as like Shaq said when he had David Robinson in the playoffs. He came on the internet, he came on the TV and said, when I was a kid, I wanted to shake David Robinson's hand. And he looked me off. And I just been on his ass ever since. And that's what he said. So David Robinson heard that. She's like, I don't even know this nigga. What are you talking about? Shaq later then revealed that, nah, that wasn't true. I just said that shit to hype me up against him. And he claimed, you know what I'm saying? But he said that. It's like the 4-day laws of power tell you find the enemy. And the enemy should be the best at whatever it is y'all trying to do. If he's your enemy, that's who you hate. And you spend your life trying to surpass this guy type shit. And that's kind of like what's in that book. That book turns you into a monster. And it turns you into a fake, manipulating to get ahead on unsuspecting people.
Is that good or bad?
Well, it depends. It depends on who you are. Like, yo, are you like if you a little punk that got bullied in school, now you want to be a police officer to beat up on everybody on the basketball team type shit.
Facts. Nah, that's out of line. I get it.
That's out of line. You know what I'm saying? But if you learning the 4-day laws of power because you just a young dude and you just trying to get your literature up, 4-day laws of power is a ride to take. But you got to get all the books that go with it. Because if you just learn that part of it, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of like self-sabotage.
Right. Right now I'm on the law of attraction.
No, you got the law of attraction, you got the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, 33 strategies of war. You know what I'm saying? These are all books that teach you how to understand who you are. Then you got to get your little knowledge of self. You know what I'm saying?
Your everyday
Supreme
experience.
Mathematics, supreme alphabet. Because it's not so much about joining a religion. It's not so much about joining a team, but it's more about understanding everybody's plight, understanding everybody's ideology. Understand what y'all doing over there. I understand what y'all doing over there. I don't have to be a part of it, but I get it. Because at the end of the day, you don't owe a faith anything. You owe yourself the best mental clarity and spiritual growth that you can provide. And just reading one book is cheating yourself.
Correct.
Reading one book, if all you know is the Bible, just because you read the Quran don't make you
Christian.
a Muslim
Or a Muslim, right.
or, you know, just because you need to know this story, because somebody wrote it. There's some method to it. It's a part of the 100-year plan. So it's good to know, because to me, the Bible's a script. It was written by somebody a long time ago, and it is being acted out. Every time you hear, this is in the Bible. Yeah, it was in the Bible. It's the script. You gonna get to that part. Nostradamus predicted some stuff that happened, or Nostradamus told you something was gonna happen, and you made it happen. It all depends on how you look at it. But whatever the case may be, I believe it's short-sighted to just label yourself one spiritual entity. God is in you. God is within you. You know, He has a bunch of translators. You know, Jewish translations, Muslim translations, Catholic translations, African translations, Muslim translations. Everybody translates God's word their way. And then they live off of what they mean by that. Now, that being the case, don't short-sight yourself by just joining one team.
And I kind of just had this conversation with somebody. I told them, like, I'm not sure what religion I fully want to follow yet. I don't want to get forced into Christianity.
No, Christianity, and I'm not going to say it's a good or bad thing. What I'm saying is Christianity, if you're a crackhead, and you use the Bible to get you off crack and get you right with yourself,
Right.
that's great.
Correct.
If you're a thief, a prostitute, an adulterer, and the Bible corrects that, then the Bible has served its purpose. And the Bible has done that for a lot of people. But you only gonna read one math book?
That's what I'm saying.
The math is all over the place. You're only gonna read your geometry book. You ain't gonna read nothing but geometry. That's all you know. You don't know
trigonometry,
trigonometry. You don't know calculus. You don't understand algebra. So you're only gonna pigeonhole yourself to one version of understanding. Then that kind of, that's a pigeonhole on you. And the thing is, your kids gonna know more, and then they're gonna be looking at you like, why you just stop there? You owe it to us to give us
As
the
much knowledge you can.
the broadest understanding of all this shit. Give us the tea. Well, yeah, they do this over here. Like if you go to a party, yeah, them the homies over there, them gangsters, them the weed heads over there, them the golf people over there, them the hippies over there, them the geeks over there, them the jocks over there, them the pretty girls over there, them the cheerleaders. You know what I'm saying? You point it out when you walk in the lunchroom with a new nigga, right?
Correct.
You just come in and you go to that table. You sit with them. Don't talk to none of these other motherfuckers in here. Just talk to those people at that table. That's what pigeonholing yourself in a religion kind of is.
Correct.
And you owe it to yourself to understand all this shit. But if somebody's forcing you into a religion or judging you for not joining one, then you have to look at their motive. Why is this so important? Why is this such a major thing? Why should I be here so much? Now, do you hear that music playing? Can you hear that music playing?
Yeah.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Nice little talk. That's my son, man. He got his own record label and shit.
For real?
Yeah. And I be playing his music because I really own, I
Yo,
can use
no
that shit.
cap. I thought he was like Drake or something just now playing, bro. And I ain't bullshitting you though, cause we so into the convo and I just hear it in the back, so I'm like, alright, one of the homies playing, that shit, son, that's what's up.
And, he been doing it for about 10 years and stuff. And I just, I tell him when I was a kid, my mama was like, hell nah, you're going to college. You ain't finna be like them niggas in the street.
Correct.
Hell no. Plus one of my best friends was a rapper. He got killed.
Sorry to hear that.
We had some wild, but this is, everybody lost homies.
Correct.
This is where we come from.
Yeah, I saw my boy, get hit in front of the gate one day where I'm from. I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Mike Tyson, homie.
That shit fucked me up.
And, this dude we walked to school every day. And then one day,
Baby loyalty.
he died of suicide. And it was a Russian roulette game. Now, this one rapper from Detroit named Eshan.
What? Niggas really playing that?
Eshan he used to run with Eshan. This dude used to be, he stopped walking to school with me and started walking to school with Eshan because we used to walk to school and rap every day. We used to walk to school and just flow all day. He was the coldest. He was the first one to start rapping like Twister.
Yeah.
He used to rap like Twister, and then we used to rap him all the way to school. And he was like, man, I was hanging with Eshan yesterday. I was like, all right. We know Eshan a crazy East Side motherfucker.
Bugged out a little bit.
And he had my man. That's when I realized he probably smoked weed. Back then, we had Just Say No to Drug campaign where nobody did drugs. It was whack. I never smoked weed in high school.
Okay.
Because to me, I was listening to Nancy Reagan.
You was who?
Listening to Nancy Reagan.
Okay.
That was the first lady when her husband was moving all the dope in. You look at the doggone books. They say the Reagan era. If you look at Snowfall, that's the Reagan era.
Got you.
So, and they was using dope money to feed the people in the world across country, across the borders. So,
right.
So you see all this happening. Oliver North getting caught selling guns to these niggas. All kind of shit was happening. So, all this is happening while I'm a kid.
That's bullshit. So how did that affect you though when you found out about the Russian roulette situation?
Well, in Detroit at the time, niggas was dying left and right.
Okay.
And my boy died the day before graduation. He died early that school year. It fucked me up, but I saw him on a spiral. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you really can see that for
You
people.
can see that we used to be homies every day since 6th grade.
Yeah,
Now we went to school every day since 9th grade.
yeah,
In this fucking 12th grade, nigga, you acting different.
yeah.
Most niggas was leaving and coming back with like Corvettes. It's like you walking with your homeboy to school every day, and then he stopped coming to school, and you look up, this nigga pull up on you on a vet, because he done started selling dope.
Right.
It happened a lot, and I'm like, I thought he was gonna be a rapper with Esham, and he on a few of Esham tracks. I'm gonna have to go look him up, but he
And did he slow down though?
Esham
Yeah.
was always a local rapper in Detroit, and he was always a demonic rapper. You know, one of his nicknames was the UNHOLY. So we knew this nigga was lightweight, a devil worshiping rapper type shit. So I said, you hanging with the devil worshiper. This is what I'm saying to myself. Like, this nigga's hanging with the devil worshiper. And he ended up dead off of Russian roulette. And I was like, that nigga music is powerful.
But is he still in that like demonic energy, or did he slow down eventually in life?
Esham is Esham, you know what I'm saying?
Respectfully.
Like DMX would always be DMX. I don't give a fuck if he praying or not. That's D.
Correct.
So he's still the same dude. He on the internet doing his thing. And I can definitely say that was the first time I realized that music could have such an effect. But my dad told me when he used to listen to NWA every day. My dad told me, you know them niggas really ain't doing that shit, right? You know them niggas really probably can't even fight.
Correct.
So don't get caught up in what these niggas talk about. Once he told me that shit, I was like, that's how I saw rappers from that point on.
For sure.
A bunch of little scared niggas in the studio talking about what they gonna do to somebody. Then when you meet them, they about this tall. That's that changed, and it's been the same way ever since.
And I feel like that's why everybody playing with guns now, because they rapping about all this fighting and all this extra stuff, and now people really testing them, and now they can't do it, so they need the guns.
So it's like, man, I'm not gonna take. Like they almost had a situation with Soulja Boy, and Chris Brown was gonna box.
I remember that.
They shut that down quick, cause number one, that's unifying. That'll bring our people together to put the guns down and box.
But it's crazy because they letting the females do it though.
Putting the guns down, and letting these niggas box. Number one, that's gonna put the drugs down, because you can't box and be high. So now you lose the pharmaceuticals. Now you got Mayweather coaching you, and you got the other boxers want to get in and coach the young boys on how to fight. And you know, teaching boxing to a young kid is probably would have saved a lot of lives.
Correct.
Coaching boxing to other kids could have saved a lot of lives. So they shut that shit down. I think that Chris Brown would have probably beat the shit out of that dude, because that nigga dance all day, every day.
Correct.
And Soulja Boy get high a lot. I just think, and Chris Brown probably get high too, but he's a functioning, you know what I'm saying? This nigga got 42 tracks on his album.
Hit you with a high kick, you out,
It's
soldier.
over with. So they shut that down because that would have had a positive effect.
Correct.
Ain't no way you don't want to see that. You want to keep it round, or you want to put the sponge on it?
You can put the sponge on it. Yeah. 'Cause I'm gonna mess around and wash it, get it a little curly going, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, man, you know, I'm here every day.
Respect.
And I make sure you got my number in case you want to come get it fresh, or you know somebody that need a cut. Cause they're gonna be like, oh shit, where'd you get that at?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put this up though. I got you.
Yeah, that was a great conversation, man. I wish you the best. If they need any goddamn security, I ain't gonna say security guard, because I don't want to sit around and beat motherfuckers up in the club.
And I ain't gonna front. I feel like that's a dangerous position,
Yeah,
bro.
these whole
Especially
ass niggas
depending
shooting
who
shit. They come back and shoot the whole club up.
Yeah.
I don't want to be nobody's security
Especially
guard.
you got to know who you securing.
Security guards are good. Them big motherfuckers are good because they'll beat your ass.
Correct.
But if niggas is shooting, what's the point of having a big motherfucker? But that's just somebody to stand behind now. Yo, this has been another episode of Game Time. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and don't forget to come again. It's another episode you can go watch. Just go check out that next one over there. And we got another one coming on after this. So make sure you tell somebody about it and pull up. And pull up on Uptown Comedy Corner this evening. We finna get busy.
Facts. King Gaza here, and I go by Energy.
My main man Energy, we're in the building. Yeah, hell yeah.
Let's
Thank
do
you,
it.
man.
Don't trust, strictly G. Don't trust, strictly G. You ain't getting no bag, boy, you oughta be ashamed. You ain't tryna double up, we ain't on the same page. I got hoes tryna fuck, and some tryna set the play. Keep poles on top for niggas tryna test they faith. All the stake and loss shit got me feeling out of shape. I balance it out by getting off weight. Niggas bound to fall out if we talking about pay. You better find a route if you tryna paper chase. I'm all about my Benjamins, Reggie Wright. I done had to deal with too many bookings in my life. That's why nowadays I gotta keep my circle tight. I hate to have to pop another nigga tryna slide. Head on the swivel, shit could get critical. When you out here, you gotta move like you invisible. Move like a boss, don't let no pussy shit tickle you. Switch it up too, don't come off that predictable. Pimpin' ain't dead, bitch, I'm living proof. Louis robe on, counting bands in my living room. Tryna get this dope gone, that's the only thing to do. My fiend tryna hit the sauce and ask me to bring it through. Look at what we made it through, still making major moves. Real niggas fuck with me because my shit relatable. Fairy tale rap, get no plays in my vehicle. Capping like that on the track should be criminal. SGMG, I'm the general. Keep all that lame shit to a minimum. You supposed to stack it up first before you spin it, fool. He blew it all anyway, that was typical. I love the ball, but I don't play no sports. OG, baby, you ain't dealing with a dork. Don't pull up short, make sure you got it all. You know I'ma score, we tryna win it all. Gold trophies run our necks, I don't want it for the flex. But to show these pussy niggas I ain't settling for less. Check, got the fucking check, counting money feel like sex. Gotta be a real nigga tryna earn my respect. You see me getting mines, need to get it back too. Lemon butter lobster tail with crab raccoons. Wash it down with champagne, then it's back to the loot. Ride with a G, I can show you what that money do. Penthouse suite, she in love with the view. Sip too much clique, I be feeling immune. Finna turn it up, put Patron in the view. If you tryna live this life, gotta know how to move. You ain't getting no bag, boy, you oughta be ashamed. You ain't tryna double up, we ain't on the same page. I got hoes tryna fuck, and some tryna set the play. Keep poles on tough for niggas tryna test they faith. All the stake and loss shit got me feeling out of shape. I balance it out by getting off weight. Niggas bound to fall out if we talking about pay. You better find a route if you tryna paper chase.